They never saw it coming. The weight of your absence, the silence that feels louder than any argument. The space you once filled now echoes with a hollowness they can't escape. You were the fire, the storm, the relentless force that brought warmth, chaos, and life. And now, you're gone. Just like that. Not with a whisper, not with a plea, but with the kind of finality that makes the air thick and suffocating. They let you slip away. And now they're choking on the consequences. You don't beg. You don't look back. You don't send late-night messages filled with half-hearted wishes or unfinished sentences. You walk away with the kind of certainty that shakes the earth beneath them. Because here's the truth: they had their chance. They stood at the gates of something rare, something powerful, something people spend their whole lives searching for. And they let it go. You were the damn sun, and they thought they could live without light. Let them freeze. They will feel it when the laughter fades, when the nights stretch longer, when their hands reach out for familiarity and find nothing but the cold sheets. Regret is a slow poison. It starts small, a thought, a memory, a shadow in the back of their mind. Then it grows. It spreads. It consumes. The first time they see someone who reminds them of you, their stomach will tighten. The first time they hear your name, their breath will hitch. The first time they realize that no one else carries the same fire, the same presence, you'll own them without ever lifting a finger. They'll go searching. Oh, they'll look for you in other people, in conversations that fall flat, in eyes that don't spark, in hands that don't hold the same weight. And every time they fail to find you, they'll feel at the hole where you used to be. You were the storm, the ocean, the lightning in their veins, and now they're stranded in the desert of their own choices. And what do? Nothing. That's the power move. You don't chase, you don't plead, you don't perform for their attention. You become the ghost that haunts them, not because you reach out, but because they can't let go. The human mind is wired that way. It craves what it can't have, obsesses over what it lost, glorifies what it destroyed. You become their greatest what if, their midnight regret, their silent ache. They will try to act unbothered. Watch how they laugh louder in groups, how they fill their days with distractions, how they throw themselves into people who barely scratch the surface. It's all a performance, a desperate attempt to outrun the truth. But regret is patient. It waits. It settles in the quiet moments, in the spaces between words, in the dark corners of their mind. It will come for them when they least expect it, when they think they've moved on, when they're standing in a room full of people and still feel alone. And by the time they realize what they lost, you're untouchable, stronger, sharper, unapologetic. You don't return to the past. You don't give them the satisfaction of knowing they still hold a place in your world. You are the lesson they never wanted to learn, the wound that never quite heals, the masterpiece they had but failed to appreciate. Let them regret. Let them suffer the weight of their own mistakes. Let them drown in their choices. You rise, you rebuild. You become the force they underestimated, because the greatest revenge isn't anger, isn't retaliation, isn't proving them wrong. It's thriving so completely that they realize they were never the loss you were. And that's a regret they will carry forever. They don't realize it at first. That's the worst part. They think they're fine. They think they made the right choice. They walk away with their head held high, convincing themselves they'll be better off without you. Maybe they even smile, feeling lighter, feeling free. They believe they made a logical decision. They tell themselves that life will go on, that they'll meet new people, find new experiences, and forget. But that's the thing about losing something real. You don't know its worth until you feel the emptiness it leaves behind. It's not immediate. It doesn't hit them like a bolt of lightning. No, it creeps in, slowly, subtly, like a shadow growing longer as the sun sets. The first few days, maybe even weeks, they convince themselves they made the right move. They fill their time with distractions, with noise, with meaningless interactions that hold none of the depth they had with you. They post pictures, they laugh loudly, they drown themselves in artificial highs. And yet, in the quiet moments when they're alone with their thoughts, when they wake up in the middle of the night and instinctively reach for someone who isn't there, that's when the first cracks begin to form. The mind is cruel that way. It remembers, it replays, it tortures. Suddenly you're everywhere. In the songs that used to mean nothing but now feel like a gut punch. In the places you once shared, now tainted with the ghost of your presence. In the habits they picked up from you, now reminders of the connection they threw away. They will fight it at first, deny it, pretend they don't care, but regret is relentless. It doesn't go away just because they wish it would. It lingers like a scent that refuses to fade, like an echo that keeps returning. They'll try to move on, find someone new, replace you like you were just another chapter. But here's the truth, some people aren't replaceable. Some people leave marks so deep they become part of your soul. And you were one of them? So they search, they talk to others, they try to recreate the feeling, the energy, the spark, but it's never quite the same. Because what you gave them wasn't just company, it was connection. It was the kind of rare, electric, once-in-a-lifetime presence that makes the ordinary feel extraordinary. And you can't fake that. You can't manufacture it. It either exists or it doesn't. And when they realize that no one else makes them feel the way you did, that no one else challenges them, inspires them, understands them the way you did, oh, that's when the regret truly begins to burn. It will come in waves. First as a thought, did I make a mistake? Then, as a realization, I did make a mistake. And finally, as a desperation, can I fix this? They will wonder if it's too late. They will want to reach out to test the waters to see if there's still a chance. But here's where you make them feel the full weight of their choice. You do nothing. No angry messages, no nostalgic conversations, no openings for them to slip back in. You become a locked door, a closed chapter, an opportunity they let die. And that's when the pain hits hardest, because as long as they think they can get you back, their regret is manageable. But when they realize you're truly gone, that's when it turns into suffering. That's when it eats away at them. They will replay the last time they saw you, the last words exchanged, the way you looked at them before you walked away. They will wonder what would have happened if they had chosen differently, if they had fought harder, if they had valued you the way they should have. Regret is cruel like that. It doesn't just remind you of what you lost. It makes you see every single way you could have kept it. And that's the beauty of this. You don't have to lift a finger. The universe will do the work for you. Because when someone loses something extraordinary, they don't just move on, they live with it. They carry it. And they spend the rest of their life wondering if they will ever find something as real, as powerful, as irreplaceable as you. Spoiler alert, they won't. And then it happens. That moment, that realization, the one they never expected, the one they tried so hard to avoid. It doesn't come with fireworks or a dramatic scene. It comes in silence, in a whisper, in a slow, crushing weight they can't ignore. It happens when they're lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, their mind racing through the past, remembering the way you used to look at them, the way your voice sounded when you laughed, the way your presence filled every empty space in their life without them even realizing it. It happens when they catch themselves talking about you like you're still there, like you're still part of their world, only to stop mid-sentence and feel the cold, hard truth settle in. You're not coming back. That's when it hits them like a freight train, the finality of it, the weight of their own mistakes, the brutal, unforgiving truth that they had something rare, something people search their entire lives for, and they let it slip through their fingers. And now they have to live with it. And you're thriving. You're not just moving on, you're rising, evolving, becoming something untouchable. You are the lesson they never wanted to learn, the storm they underestimated, the fire they thought they could put out but now burns brighter than ever. They will want to reach out, but their hands will shake at the thought of what they'll find: silence, distance, a version of you they no longer recognize. They will want to apologize, to explain, to take back every careless word, every thoughtless action. But there are no words that can rewrite the past. They will want to fix it, but there is no fixing what has already turned to dust. So they will sit with it, that regret, that ache, that unshakable, unbearable truth that they lost something irreplaceable. They will carry it through their days, through their years, through every moment where they reach for something that isn't there. And you won't even notice because you've already won. And then the day comes, the one they never thought would arrive. The day they see you again, not in their arms, not waiting for them, not with the longing they secretly hope for, but standing tall, untouchable, radiant in a way that makes their chest tighten with something between regret and pure devastation. You are not broken. You are not waiting. You are thriving in a way that makes them sick with the realization that their absence did not destroy you, it refined you. They thought leaving would make you weaker, thought time would dull your fire, thought they would move on while you stayed stuck in the past. But here you are, more powerful than ever, and they are the ones trapped, suffocating under the weight of their own choices. They will watch from a distance, a spectator in a life they once had front row seats to. They will see the confidence in your stride, the fire in your eyes, the way you've built yourself into something greater than they ever imagined. And they will hate it, because for the first time, they will truly understand. They didn't leave you behind, you left them behind. And now it's too late. They will try to reach out, try to test the waters, try to see if there's even a sliver of a chance left. But you don't give them a second glance. You don't offer them closure. Don't give them the comfort of knowing they still exist in your mind. No, you give them exactly what they deserve: emptiness, because the best revenge isn't anger. It isn't spite. It isn't even making them suffer. It's making them irrelevant. And that will haunt them forever.